please welcome your host, Matt Andrews. Welcome to Insomnia 55, the UK's biggest gaming festival, where gamers have travelled from all over the world to take part in our 24-hour LANs, look around our exhibition hall, see some developer previews and early playthroughs of new games, and of course to take part in our many eSport tournaments. And here in the eSports arena with LG and Multiplay, it is time for our Roccat Counter-Strike Global Offensive Final. Teams have travelled from all over Europe to take part in our tournament and to win a share of our £7,500 prize pool courtesy of our sponsors Roccat. Check them out at roccat.org. And our teams in our final have had very different routes to be here today. Our number 2 seed are Choke Gaming, who have had a long day of gaming to get here after dropping down to the lower bracket in round 3. And to make it through to our final, they have had to knock out the number 3, 4, 6, and 7th seeds to be here now. Whereas their opponents, EZskins, have had a very different day qualifying for our final and have had a very relaxing day with no competitive gaming at all until this final. Our number 1 seed against our number 2 seed in our Roccat Counter-Strike Global Offensive Final. Please welcome Choke Gaming and EZskins. It's going to be a brilliant final across a best of 5, and of course EZskins starts with a 1-0 advantage. We've been having the knife round to take you through the action, let you know about the map picks, and find out who will be our Roccat Counter-Strike Global Offensive champions. It's over to our casters Chewy and Metus.
Thank you very much, Matt. Welcome, guys. We are finally almost ready to go with the grand final here, as he says, of the Roccat Counter-Strike Global Offensive Challenge at the Rico Arena in Coventry. Metus, we've had a long weekend. It's certainly been a good one. We've seen lots and lots of Counter-Strike action. Are you pretty good to go for this final now?
Oh man, I'm hyped. I can't wait to get into this game. And as Matt said on the stage as well, seeds 1 and 2. So it goes to show how close this game could potentially be. But of course, EZskins will be starting off this best of 5 with a 1 map advantage because they came through the upper brackets.
Yeah, so it's going to be the number 1 seeds, EZskins, with that advantage to start things off. We do have the vetoes through, so can confirm the maps. EZskins decided to pick Inferno as the first map. Well, that will be actually, the first map in the series. Then Overpass was the choice of Choke Gaming, which doesn't surprise me. Again, we'll go into detail about the maps in a little bit, but they looked very good on that map last night whilst watching them. The third map will be Mirage, which again was EZskins' choice, I believe, and then we will finish on Train if needed. So basically, the premise is to get 3 maps. That's the aim of the game in this best of 5. And I'm going to put you on the spot here, Metis, right away. Who do you think is going to take it?
Man, that's tough, because we've casted both these teams a bunch of times already. EZskins had some really solid performances, but on the same time, they did struggle at times as well. So it's not as if they've got through to the upper brackets flawlessly without losing many rounds or many maps. They have dropped quite a few, and Fused, who didn't make it to this finals because they got knocked out by Choke, went to a 3-mapper, and to be fair, on another day, and Fused could have won that game. So it goes to show EZskins coming into this game, definitely favorites in my opinion, but it depends which of them show up.
It's going to be an interesting one, and it's always good. And we, again, have been bringing you lots of action all throughout the weekend, right from the group stages to the upper bracket games yesterday and this morning as well. And I remember in the group stages, one of the first game we casted, EZskins against all 4. That was a game which really should have been EZskins to take quite easily, but it went to, well, it didn't go to overtime. It was just left at a draw, 15-15. So again, maybe looking a little shaky at the start of the tournament, but then they've picked it up. They put their foot on the gas pedal, so to speak, and progressed through, as we said, to this grand final. Choke Gaming, meanwhile, they've had a long run. They were playing late last night and then all the way today. They've already played 2 best of 3s today alone before playing this whole best of 5 now. So some would argue maybe that they're warmed up, they're ready to go. You know, they're the ones who have played the competitive games already today. Some may argue that, you know, you've got to wonder about the fatigue coming into this one and whether that will play a factor. So I'm going to go for EZskins as well. I know the casters like to kind of go for opposite picks here, but yeah, it looks like we are ready to go. As we said, the first map will be Inferno. I'm looking forward to seeing this one. We've not actually seen that much Inferno, I don't think, this weekend, have we? So it'll be good to see it back in the map pool for this rotation here.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Inferno's been a map that I don't know if this will favour Infused playstyle on T side. They're quite a slow side.
EZskins, do you mean?
Well, both actually.
You
Sorry,
said
EZskins.
There we go.
EZskins and Choke, see, we're going to be casting so much.
It's going to be one
They're
of
both
those.
quite slow teams when it comes to their T side, so I'm not entirely sure how this is going to play out. Of course, it's going to be knife rounds first to select which team's going to be which. CT side is almost definitely going to get picked here. I don't really see any reason not to. It is a CT-sided map after all.
Well, there we go. It looks like EZskins, the #1 seed, will win the knife round, and let's see what they decide to do. We are almost ready to go live here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much to everybody in the arena, and of course you guys sitting at home for your patience for this one. We promise this is going to be a great grand final for you all, and I'm certainly looking forward to this one. So let's talk about the map Inferno a bit, away from the teams just before we do go live. For the guys at home who may not know too much about Counter-Strike, what are the areas of the map that they should be looking out for here?
I feel like Banana's a pretty key area on both sides. For example, teams like Nip will push very aggressively down there. So I think Banana, if it's not contested, can definitely come back to haunt you. Information's key, of course, alongside every map for the CTs. But I feel like information's pretty important here, because if you do over-rotate onto that A site, B can be struck hard and fast. That being said, though, this is what I'm going back to before. Choke were very, very slow when I was casting them before in the best of 3 with Crossy on every single map that I casted. Inferno, that can be a great tool to bring out, but it can also bite you in the backside if you don't mix up your plays. Because if you don't mix up, I should say, your plays, because CT side will just like lock down in position, get the crossfires. It's very difficult to break through.
Well, it's certainly going to be an incredible grand final, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are into the first pistol round in this best of 5 on Inferno between EZskins, the #1 seeds, and Choke Gaming, the #2 seeds. Let's see who draws first blood on this map initially. The T's looking to get good control of mid, obviously, and look at the stat coming in from the CTs here. Only one player in Pulse, I believe that is, over towards the B-bomb site.
Yep, very true. You can see here that Power goes for the pick. He gets taken down from Weber, who was an absolute mastermind with a Deagle a couple of days ago. Pulled off a crazy 1v3 on the side. Wasn't able to defuse, but it was just insane. So definitely a player to watch out for on the side of EZskins. And it seems like we are going to have the push coming into the A side. The bomb's going down from Esco as well. 2 for 1 trade. Peggy left very low indeed, but as you do hear, that bomb has been planted. So now a retake situation for the CTs. He will take down Pulse, so now all even. And will Rattlesnake land his shots? Yes, he does. Still time ticking. Phoenix does have a kick, and it's all going to be left up to Imi. That's his second of the round. Will he get a third? Smoked off from quad. He's going to push through there, and he will not be able to clutch that round out. Unlucky there for Imi, but a good retake for EZskins.
At least it's a bomb plant, right? So they have options now. A lot of teams will save up from round 3, get AKs, get themselves some smokes. I feel like on a map like Inferno, that could be absolutely key. That being said, though, you never know what to expect from Choke. They'll often also go for 4 spice. They go for an AK.
That's very interesting indeed. And he's initially straight away going to drop that over to Peggy. So it'll be interesting to see if Peggy goes for armor here and gets that utility in hand as well. And they're actually going for 2 AK-47s and 3 Tech 9s. So you don't see this all too often. And have a look at the armory over on the other side, on that counter-terrorist side for EZskins. Only 1 rifle and 4 SMGs, 3 of those being MP7s. So this could be a really closely fought battle. And obviously it's high risk, high reward potentially here for Choke Gaming, but personally, I actually quite like the choice of going for this because it may catch the #1 seeds off guard.
That's very true. Sometimes mixing it up is what, kind of a point I raised before that Choke were unable to do previously, and it nearly cost them big against Infused. So maybe this is the perfect time to start to bring out these quite strange strats. Either way, 3 Tech 9s will be potentially rushing onto the site. We can see that there has been a bit of action in Banana as well, but only the 1 CT is holding in position, so it looks like this could be an A take. With 50 seconds to go, though, plenty time for the rotation if they choose.
No flanks as of yet, as Powell will go down, apologies, as Rattlesnake does take that first kill. It's only a Tech 9 down, though. And they've still got those 2 AK-47s in hand. In comes the gunfire, though. Mole with another one in pit, and this has been shut down in quick fashion. Peggy, the last one left alive. Hardly any damage dealt. And what a great round from EZskins. Lovely hold on the A-bomb site.
And herein lays the issue as well. They go for 2 AK-47s that were taken away, and now they're on the CT side. So that just bolsters their economy, bolsters their armory as well, and makes it that much more difficult for the terrorists to bounce back here. Full Glocks, this is almost a throwaway round. There's very little chance of them getting much done here.
Well, into round number 3 we go, as yes, this would be a pretty miraculous one if Choke could take this complete eco here, not even buying a single bit of kit. They're looking like they're going to get aggressive over towards the apps area here. Shots coming down. as Max will be the first player to enter over towards squad, or at least look in that direction. They've slowed the pace down slightly, but by the looks of things, EZskins have got a great read on this. I think that's Weber, who's already rotated through catwalk there, and will try and push his way through. In comes the push, 2-for-1 trade.
Yeah, 2-for-1 trade thus far. Somehow Mighty Max is still alive, not for much longer. It's all on Powell. They do at least get one frag on the CTs, which is actually better than I was expecting them to, with a full Glock lineup. But this does allow them to buy up this round. Expecting to see a couple of AKs thrown in here, and some smokes as well. Absolutely key for the T side of Inferno, so that's exactly what's coming in.
5 AK-47 is the name of the game for Choke Gaming, who have now got the opportunity to redeem themselves and get that first all-important round on the board. And we've got an AWP in the hands of Fearless. First time we, of course, are seeing it in this grand final. And let's see what damage he can do. Flashed away from Arch. A common position to play with this AWP on this counter-terrorist side. Just going to hold that angle there, playing in the cubby area, not going to get too aggressive. And I think that's a good decision.
Yeah, especially when the flashbangs come in, because for all you know, you're getting pushed aggressively from the T side. There's no point going for that risk. It's not really high risk, high reward. It's more just a lot of risk and very little reward, unless you can land a 6 shot. So the first frag as well coming in from Rattlesnake is pretty crucial for the CTs. And remember, this is going to be into 4-0 territory, unless the terrorists can pull this back.
And a big point to mention as well is that economy, and that's something that we will certainly be keeping track of as this map, and of course as the whole series goes on, and a crucial element of the Counter-Strike game. And if the CTs can control that economy of the T side earlier on, it's certainly going to lead well for them. They are on that more favoured CT side, but still Choke hoping to get quite a few rounds on the board, and metas we've always got to remember in the back of our heads here. Inferno was EZskins' choice of map, but Rattlesnake's going to get the second kill of the round there. That's Ezio down for the count. Now in a 5 versus 3, apologies. They made their way through that apartments area once again. Rattlesnake backing onto the site, spraying through the smoke. They'll tag a couple of players up, but look at the HP here for the last 2 Choke players. Very, very low.
Yeah, it's extremely unlikely they're going to get anything from this round. 16 seconds as well on the timer. They simply have to go for this one. The chance of saving weapons and pit, incredibly low on top of everything else they have to worry about. Flash in, and there we go. 4-0 for the CTs. Very comfortable round in the end. I mean, terrorists really didn't do much after getting into apps.
No, they're looking confident so far, and again, we talked about that economy. It's not in good shape for Choke Gaming. It should be an eco for them unless they decide to somehow force this one up. Maybe upgrading a couple of pistols, which it looks like it's going to be the name of the game. 4 Tech 9s is what they choose out of that inventory choice. So into round number 5 we go. 3 players looking down mid initially here, expecting this eco coming in. The AWP will miss from Fearless though. But so far, EZskins have had full control of this one. It'll be interesting to see when Choke can start to try and assert their dominance on this map.
Yeah, Rattlesnake with a double frag, like pretty solid plays there. But you can see the terrorists trying to bounce back in the best possible way. Ruthless aggression. They really don't have much in the form of utility. And just like that, 5-0 comfortable rounds from the CTs. A bit too early to worry from a terrorist perspective, but if this carries on, I think the alarm bells will begin to ring. But as you say, this is the choice of EZskins, and they are starting very comfortably. Yeah,
and the thing is here is really because they actually knifed for vetoes. So they knifed before the series even started, and that meant that EZskins was able to pick the first map, which in a way already hindered Choke Gaming, because as we mentioned earlier on, EZskins have already got that map advantage. So if EZskins do in fact win this map, which was their map of choice, that means they're going to be 2-0 up in the series, meaning then, of course, that Choke Gaming will have to clean sweep things 3-0 without losing a single map to take the grand final and the title of the grand champions here at I-55.
Good opening pick from Fearless. That is going to put the terrorists in their place. And this is the issue. When you play slow, you're giving up banana control to the CTs. That smoke, perfectly placed from the CTs. They now have all the information. They know there's no chances to be attacked. They can start to boost on A a tiny bit more and bolster its defenses. And it should just be pretty much smooth sailing from here, barring a sick couple of entry frags from the terrorists.
We talked about how slow Choke Gaming took it on their T side, and so far they are living up to what you mentioned. Very, very slow indeed. Now looking to maybe start to push forward. 40 seconds left on the clock, so they do have time to work with. But again, you called it out. Look at this setup. 4 players on A. EZskins have had such good read on everything coming their way from Choke Gaming. Rattlesnake will peek out. Will he be punished for it? Yes, he will. Ezio returns the flag. 4 versus 4. Fearless once again steps up with the AWP. Will he get the triple? He misses, but he's holding the angle. He actually misses that one, which once again now starts to open up the side. If they can shut Weber out though, this is back and forth here. Now, Ezio, sorry, in a 1 versus 2.
The bomb's now been dropped as well, just about to get picked up. 10 seconds left on the timer. It's all on Ezio. He's got 2 counter-terrorists scurrying in from short. He's picked up the bomb. He does get it planted, but that is going to be another round to the CTs. And they were in a good position there, the terrorists.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe they should have got themselves on the board finally.
I think if they could have killed that player in pit, which was Weber, if I'm not mistaken, pretty darn quickly, they would have been able to do something. I think Weber actually got a hat-trick in that round. He's still yet to die in this first map, so good performance from him overall. And Rattlesnake has been able to cop up a total of 12 kills. And this is the thing, again, just I know kill death isn't everything, but Pulse hasn't even got a kill, and his side are up 6-0. So it's time for Choke Gaming now to start to assert their dominance, which they've shown to us so far in the tournament, and get their first round on the board. It may not come easily, though, when Fearless keeps on landing shots like that.
Yeah, they've got a great lockdown of this mid area, and I think it's maybe another reason why Choke are starting to play a bit more slow than I'd even be expecting them to. Imi has answered back, though. Nice little frag from him. Dropped down to 28 HP. Going to be dropping out of the balcony. But they know that Rattlesnake is by and large here with Fearless as well. So they can't just rush straight in. You have to try and relocate. You have to keep the CTs guessing, especially on the map like Inferno. You can quickly outmaneuver the CTs by playing mind games, right? If they only stack 3 players on A in this kind of scenario, you know there's 1 player B and you can try and push through.
It's really interesting here once again to see this CT setup, the fact that they are only playing with that 1 player over towards Banana, which is Pulse, but that looks like where all of the action will happen. Weber's making that quick rotation. They've got a good read once again. And I love this decision from Pulse. He held Banana control so well, and now he's pushing back onto the side. Happens, though, that Peggy will get the first frag. Pulse will respond, back and forth trades. And now we're into a 3 versus 2. Mold made the rotation. And what's happened here for Choke Gaming? They've taken it too slow once again, allowing EZskins to get the read, get the rotation. And Peggy, with 2 kills already in this round, finds himself in a 1 versus 2 clutch. It won't happen. And this is already, I have to say, starting to get a little bit out of hand.
It certainly is, and that's why I think the pause is coming in. It was called from the side of Choke, just trying to figure out, what's going wrong, lads? We're getting shut down every single area of the map. We don't seem to be able to get any map control whatsoever. I think maybe just some ruthless aggression is in order.
Yeah, well, I mean, at this stage, I would say it can't get much worse, but it most certainly can do. And we've got to say that the T-side aren't exactly coming off hot, which is a shame because, these guys have looked so good so far. And one thing which I want to ask you, Vince, is do you think nerves are coming into play here a bit? Do you think once they settle down, have got their first round on the board, and that's almost the hard part done in some respects, they'll start to pick it up from there?
Potentially, but these guys have, they've got experience behind them. This isn't their first rodeo, and I feel like coming into this game, maybe nerves do have a bit of an impact. Maybe the mental fatigue, as we mentioned before, is starting to set in. But it's not been, a walk in the park either for EZskins. These guys have been up. These guys have been playing a lot of CS as well. They're both in the same position. At this kind of level of the game, at lands and things, it really comes down to how well you adapt to the situation. How versatile are you as a team? And right now, Choke are being poked and probed, and they just don't have any answers.
Well, talking about just the versatility, really, of the game, EZskins are showing it in full fashion, showing why they are the #1 seeds and showing why they deserve a spot in this grand final with that 1 map advantage. They've looked pretty flawless so far, and to say that they've been risking some of their plays again, stacking so many players over towards A and just leaving Pulse towards B, shows how much faith they have in Pulse over there. And Weber has really been on top of those rotations. He knows exactly when to move. So credit to him for that. But the pause has been stopped. We are back live. Hopefully no more delays for you guys at home. We know you've been waiting long enough for this one. And we'll resume the action here in round number 8.
I feel like also to answer your question, fakes may be a good idea. Haven't really seen Choke try and execute too many fakes thus far. And again, that just allows the CTs to hold their position. Fearless picks up the first frag from balcony, I believe that was, or at least in apps. Maybe just picked up SEO as he tried to run up the stairs towards Darkroom. So again, like after this pause, instantly the answer comes in from the CTs. Imi's trying to get round the back in towards the pit. But that smoke is going to stop him from going, and he's now the last remaining player. So how demoralizing must that be? You call the pause, and instantly you're in a 1v5.
I've got one word, and it's fearless. And he was fearless, forgive the pun there. Just the hat-trick with the AWP. Once again, I'm pretty sure that's at least his 3rd or 4th opening pick of the round with the AWP. And he gets so much information from that. He's changing his position. We saw him play Arch earlier on. Then, as you said there, I think he actually got that first kill of the round going up towards balcony in the apps area. So just changing it around. Imi's going to get his heart broken as the AK-47 will fall from his hands. Nothing being salvaged, and you can just see the faces of the EZskins players there. Happy with their performance so far. 13 frags for both Rattlesnake and Fearless. And just to talk about these EZskins team a bit here again, let's not forget, these guys have qualified for a big tournament in a couple of months, which is DreamHack London.
Absolutely, and it's difficult to gauge how they're going to compete at that level, because I feel like the likes of Envious will be bringing a whole different kind of metagame to what maybe they're expecting, but that flashbang is going to stop Fearless from peeking once more. He got a really good spawn to actually peek mid, and meanwhile it's all going to come through. Apps as just quickly, the CTs again lock down the sites. What can they do?
There's really not much to say. You can hear the groans and moans from the audience as it's an absolute massacre once again on the A bomb site. This is almost getting embarrassing. And I'm sure Twitch chat will be trying to give their energy to Choke Gaming, and they most certainly do need it here. Now we've got something different though. I don't think we've seen Pal with the AWP so far, if I'm not mistaken, trying to counter Fearless, and they certainly do need an answer for the AWP player on that CT side.
Look at this though, 3 players in Banana from EZskins are playing even more aggressively, just out missing on that shot from Fearless. Uncharacteristic for him today, but definitely can forgive him for that. And again, this smoke completely isolates the terrorists, who are going to try and answer back in kind, coming straight up short. And Archers as well, coming round the back. There may have been a call to maybe go CT side, but that's not going to be the case. Rattlesnake holding onto the side, all by his lonesome. There is going to be Crossfire coming down as well, but Choke have managed to take him out. Mighty Max up in Graveyard, going to be trying to put down some serious pain onto the CTs, trying to pick up that first round for the terrorists, and so far so good.
Just the counter grenades. We'll analyse this round once it finishes and see who is the victor, but there's certainly been some good play on both sides. Pulse is going to take down Max there, who peaked maybe a bit too aggressively. The bomb has been planted. Ezio's going to get spotted though, but a lovely kill onto Pulse there. It's 1 versus 1. Weber's got so much health, but he doesn't know where this final player is. He's going to get caught in the back, and the cheers come out from the crowd as finally Choke get their first round on the board, and my gosh, did they need it.
Absolutely. Not to be negative here, you get the first round, but look at the economy from the CTs, instantly replenishing their weapons. No issues at all, because so many of these rounds have came clear cut. But maybe, if there were land nerves, maybe that was the moment after hearing the crowd cheer that suddenly Choke break those shackles and start to perform.
Especially when you win a round with 3 HP, holding a lovely afterplant spot. Oh dear, could it be back to what we've seen so far in this game? Resuming normal play as Fearless gets the first frag of the round. And one thing again, I've just got to go back to that last round really quickly. I don't want to stay on it too much, but we saw actually 2 players. It was Weber and Fearless who were on that B bomb site at the start with that triple player setup there. Unlucky not to get the kill onto Peggy. But they made such a quick rotation back to get control of Arch after leaving it, which was where Choke were pushing. So again, that dynamic CT setup from EZskins has been looking good. That said, credit to Choke Gaming for getting their first round on the board. And have a look at where the bomb is here, Metas. 50 seconds left on the clock. They're looking for information here, but they've not picked up the bomb yet. No decision as of right now as to where it could be heading.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about before, with trying to get some interference plays, trying to get some fakes. The issue is that Imi dies without doing really anything, and that smoke blocks the initial push anyway from the terrorists. So it's like, we've got this tactic, boys. Let's go for the fake. Let's push in. Oh, wait, we've just been smoked. Round done. There's nothing they can do now, and that's why they're backing away. They realize they just reset their round loss bonus. You have to save these weapons.
There's slow, and then there's too slow, to put it quite simply for you guys at home who, again, may be new to Counter-Strike. Choke Gaming, as we've established and as we've talked about before this game even went live, like to take their T-side pretty slowly, scout out the map, see what information they can find. But in this situation here, especially when Fearless is in opening frag form, so to speak, and getting the first kill of the round pretty much constantly, then you're a player down already, and you're still trying to scout out the information. EZskins aren't giving them the information that they vitally need, and by the time that they think of pushing something, there's no time left.
That's pretty much exactly the situation right now. You can see Tech9's dropped across from the 3 weapon-wielding terrorists that survived the previous round. So at least it'll be 2 Tech9s and a decent enough buy. But again, that's not really been the issue. The currency that matters now is at the top of your screen, which says 10-1 to the counter-terrorist. EZskins looking in prime position. at this point in time. What can Choke do to break this?
We really don't want to shut out. I know it's still early days. This is a long best of 5. We could certainly be here for a while, and it would be a shame because Choke Gaming, as I say, they're the number 2 seeds. They've had a phenomenal tournament so far. They have done a lot of work in the lower bracket, showed great resilience against Team Infused in the consolation final earlier on, and may I say, against Reason Gaming in the lower bracket final, which was earlier on this afternoon. But into round number 12 we go, all quiet on the Western Front as of yet. 53 seconds left on the clock, as expected. They're taking things slowly, but in comes the set smokes. This will be an execute over towards A.
Absolutely will, but again, look at the timing of these flashes. There's nothing you can do from Choke's perspective. They're already down on weapons, and now Fearless is just ripping them to shreds. The bomb taking point from Mighty Max, so there's a part of him that doesn't want to rush through that Molotov. Typically, Tech9s may very well do that, but you don't want to drop the bomb in no man's land itself. So now, the quest is, can we get this bomb planted? Can we get some more funds on the board? Fearless has picked up 3. He's hungry for a 4th. Headshots the bomb down. And he's on for the ace, actually. He spotted the final player of Peggy, who's about to get surrounded. And again, what can he do? He can't take the site. Just try and get some exit frags.
But even an exit frag here isn't really going to do too much because the CT economy is certainly very pretty. Fearless is denied the ace. He went maybe a bit too aggressive there, but who can blame him after picking up a quad and after the fine fragging form that he has been in so far on Inferno. The AWP will be salvaged there for EZskins, and you can see Weber smiling. He's happy with their performance so far, and who can blame him? Look at the money for Choke Gaming. It couldn't be more broken if EZskins tried. They're going to force up here, but this is really, unfortunately, starting to get a little out of hand now. Well, pretty out of hand, I've got to say.
Yeah, it's definitely been looking that way for a little while now, and you can see the desperation play coming in, just desperate to get 4 rounds on the board. 4 rounds is probably workable, but there's Fearless and Rattlesnake once more. This deadly duo on mid from Arches just raining down. And again, they lose 0 weapons in the process. Not that it really matters at this point, because at the end of the day, their economy is good enough to buy the remaining rounds anyway, so...
Still, their money is not very good here, and Choke are looking demoralised in-game and out of game, I am sure, as well. And just look at the money for EZskins. They really could not ask for much more in their bank if they actually tried. And this is a masterclass on CT side Inferno. Textbook stuff from the UK squad of EZskins. Of course, as we've mentioned, our number 1 seeds in this tournament. Fearless again, starting the frags off in the round, and you can almost expect it from him. You can almost call it before it happens. That being said, Imi will respond. Now into a 4-on-3. Imi has been able to pick up that dropped AWP. And will that be the lifeline here in this penultimate round of the first half? Will that AWP be the thing that starts to get them into this round and gets them their second round on the board? We will find out.
Amy's trying to check every single corner. Does catch Rattlesnake, but can't connect the dot. Second time asking. The much harder of the shots he does connect. Very impressive play. But there's the Kobe from downtown the pit. The AWP has been picked up, and they have to do something with this weapon for me. If they don't get this, it's looking extremely dire. I mean, to be fair, even if they do get this, it's looking pretty brutal.
Just the utility and the timing of it being used by EZskins, they are so drilled on this map. They know exactly when to use their grenades at exactly the right time in exactly the right place. And as I say, it's simple textbook stuff from the CTs. And that's been one thing which has really prevented Choke Gaming getting to their destination of one of these 2 bomb sites. It's weird because in some aspects, really, that B bomb site has been almost completely irrelevant. Anyway, we'll talk about that a bit more in a second as Max will fall. And now it is still that AWP to go. Mole will pick up 2 quick frags in succession, and 13-1 will be the score. Last round of the first half, but I'd like to see Choke Gaming go towards B. They've hardly pushed it, and okay. The humiliation tactic coming out from Weber. The Negev is out, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what it can do.
I'm just going to keep it on board with Weber.
Please do.
Screw everyone else. I want to see if this Negev gets any frags. He's playing quite a passive role. I mean, it's also the last round of the half, so if they've dropped some M4s at spawn, although this is kind of a troll pick, they can always go back and pick up them anyway. You see this happen on Cash sometimes with the likes of AWPs, but look at Fearless. Again, he's just picking up frags. And Choke can't do anything. They're not getting any avenge frags, and that's typically what you have to do on a terrorist side. If one of your comrades dies, you get the kill back in return, you equalize the odds.
And of course, one thing to mention there is that You know, with the setup, of course, with the counter-terrorist having to defend the bomb sites, if you technically even things up so it's a 4v4 situation, that will favour the terrorists, because then the CTs have to split up more and put more focus on the individual bomb sites with just 2 players on each, maybe. In comes the push, though. Finally, Choker found the B bomb site, pushing through their own smoke here, maybe bringing in a couple of pug tactics, but it's not even going to work. Look at that, 4 kills in a row. The Negev does do some damage with the final kill of the half. 14-1 the score, and Choke have got a real mountain to climb.
How do you analyze that game?
You can't.
I mean,
That's simply it. You can analyze what EZskins did right, because there was pretty much nothing they did wrong.
Look at that, 2 players dropping 20s there, Rattlesnake and Fearless, and they were the 2 players that were occupying mid
Yes.
on the CT side.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show, man, it's 45 frags.
Yeah. One thing that I've got to mention is the only round that Choke picked up was that one round they got arch control initially. But into the pistol we go.
Indeed we do, a must-win round for Choke. And they went 1 for 1, which will favour the terrorists here. I've got to say, Paulson's coming out. He gets wrecked in mid-air from Mighty Max, and there he goes again. Unbelievable play from him. He knows where another player is, and here come the CTs. The cavalry has arrived, 4v2. It should be a CT round, judging from where the terrorists are. The bomb is on site, but I don't think Weber dared to even try and plant that just yet.
They went full YOLO mode on the CT side and just completely ran down mid, and somehow it worked. The T's went through, they were able to rotate, and Mighty Max, being mighty and leading the charge with 3 frags in this pistol round. Still, the bomb yet to be planted, just scouting each other out once again, and as soon as I say that, the bomb will go down here. Weber's going to pick up 1, and they cannot lose this one. Peggy's going to push through. It's all left up to Pole, who is in pit. He will fall. And a crucial pistol round picks up there for Choke. 14-2 is the score. And Metis, I know we don't want to sound biased whatsoever, but with a scoreline like this, is that too little too late? Is it just delaying the inevitable here?
In a word, yes. But if you're Choke Gaming, you have to focus on taking each round at a time. If you look at 14-2, incredibly daunting. It's like, how the hell do we win this? If you can pull it back and start to get some momentum, you start getting to 14-7, 14-10, then you can begin to believe. Maybe playing for a bit of respect right now. Maybe just warming themselves up. Yeah. Half thinking in the back of their mind about overpass. I'm not entirely sure, but you can't look at that overall score. You have to break it down into bite-sized pieces.
They can't afford mistakes, and mistakes was what dominated their first half, combined with a phenomenal CT play from EZskins. Not much room to work with, as Weber will lead the charge now into the B-bomb site. Through the smoke they go as they go for the push to try and get that bomb down. The counter grenades will come in. Nice 2 frags from Max there once again as Peggy chimes in with 1 on his own with these FAMASs, and 1 player left alive. This should be round number 3 on the board. It will be. And an important thing to mention there is that Choke managed to hold on to all 5 of their guns. No players going down, meaning that they don't have to rebuy. That economy will hopefully keep rolling for them here. But because EZskins did get that bomb down in round number 1, well, in round number 1 of the half, should I say, in round number 16 it was. In round number 18 here, they're going to be able to go for that early buy. Yeah,
absolutely. The issue is, though, saving weapons may not be enough for the CTs, because if they have a couple of mistakes in the next 10, 12 rounds, they lose anyway, right? It's not going to get to that point where they can think, okay, we've lost this, let's save the weapons, because, oh wait, we're on 15 rounds, we're going to lose if we do that. So, watch this space. However, as you said, this is the tactic that we saw Choke could have used, and they went for a force buy. Didn't quite work out for them. A Glil and 4AKs is pretty solid when you consider there is in fact, 2 SMGs on the side of the CTs.
Still very quiet indeed. EZskins taking a leaf out of the Choke Gaming book and taking things very slowly. That being said, there is still a minute on the clock even, so they've got plenty of time to play with. Powell has been shut off there, but he's got a little avenue round the edge of the smoke, and that's a really nice frag to pick up. Going to back off there, not getting too aggressive. And if he can do more damage, well, I'll stop my sentence there because Mol dispatches of his head back onto a 4-on-4. And they're looking to push this quad area of the A-bomb site still. Very, very cautious.
Yeah, CT's refusing to actually rotate, so this is going to effectively be a 4-on-2. I'd be very surprised if the CTs can hold this, but there's Imi with 2 frags. Gives a real sense of hope to Choke, and suddenly it's just down to Weber.
Look at how slow the rotation is from Peggy, though. He's still only in CT spawn. That being said, as you do say, Weber now the last one left alive. And Imi being sneaky at the back of the A bomb site could have been the saviour for this one. Weber's got time just about to plant the bomb, but this is a good decision here. Choke playing together, going for the trade frag. Even if Weber picks up one, he may not pick up the second. 15 HP, he's going for the headshot. Mighty Max with all the work to do, and he will pick it up. He will reward himself with a Tech 9, get the defuse, and now that's the score 14-4.
Absolutely is, and a great haul from Mighty Max, holding his nerve. I think he's definitely feeling pretty good right now, especially after those crazy shots he landed in the pistol round as well. But here comes the issue, the curse of the counter-terrorists. Yes, you won the round, but you lost 4 weapons, and whereas that's not going to affect them right now, if you fast forward a couple rounds time, if they start to lose 4 weapons again, it could catch up with them, and that's always the issue when you're going onto the CT side.
EZskins are being unrelentless though, look at it, just 4 Galils coming in here, a couple of grenades to work with as well. Couple of players, Weber, the man with the AK-47, who almost got that clutch in that last round, is going to be the one trying to find the information. No smokes down whatsoever to ward off those T's, so he'll smoke off CT spawn area, but in comes the push towards Arch. Powell holding it well, but he pulls out a grenade, just at the wrong time, and that has now gifted the T's full control of Arch. And what they could potentially do here is wrap around CT spawn and go for a push over towards that B bomb site, with Weber still warding off that banana area. 1 minute left on the clock, and that looks like potentially what they could do here. And the first man to stop that will be Max, as he's now rotated his way to CT spawn.
Look at Rattlesnake's position though. If he comes up through CT, this is going to be a pincer movement on towards that B side. So he could be a crucial player in this round. You can also see that the CTs can just feel out what's going on across the board. If Rattlesnake goes down, that's a lot of their potential taken out with him. A good frag, but here comes the retaliation push right into the site. There's Peggy on back boxes. He's going to have to get a couple of pretty sick M4 frags. There's the first one, still has the bullets to get more, but he can't do much from that. Whereas Mighty Max has made the move through CT spawn, 3-on-2 retake.
There's not much time left, and EZskins hardly have any grenades to work with. Max pushing around the corner, and they are looking so much better on their CT side than they did on their T. It has to be said. Weber will not get a single frag. Max has really stepped up his game here. 3 frags for him once again on this counter-terrorist side, and I think EZskins now are going to have to just sit back. Their money is not great. They're not going to force up by the looks of things once again here. But this is the thing, again, I have to question it, Metis. I don't want to ruin the momentum that Choke Gaming are building up. But with so many rounds lost on that first half, is it delaying the inevitable?
Well, let's hope that Choke aren't thinking that way, because that would be the absolute nail in the coffin for them. They have to, as I said, take it 1 round at a time, and credit to them, that's exactly what they've been doing. Last round they survived with 3 players. That's awesome as well for their economy, so they are building this up. Eco in from EZskins. So on paper, this should be yet another round for the CTs. But again, is Weber with the dig. I mentioned this before. This guy is ridiculous with his handgun.
I wouldn't mind seeing a couple of sexy 1Digs on the grand final of this awesome tournament that we've seen so far. It really has been a pleasure to cast. But into round number 20 we go, 2/3 of the way through normal time in this first map of this best of 5, of course, as we said, and you can see on your screen EZskins with that map advantage. Down to just the measly pistols though here as they look to get control of A, splitting their forces. 1 player is in apps. Powell going to be the initial man to find the information. He flashes his way out, and good decision here, not getting too aggressive, putting himself in the faces of those close range pistols. Going to back off onto the side, gets 2 kills, good decision. Let's see if he can hold off on some more.
Oh, he just runs out of bullets, and a pretty key frag and a bomb plant as well from the terrorists. And now it's damage limitation alongside winning this round from the CT perspective. They are going to be coming from multiple angles. That is a bit of a saving grace. And they do have pretty much full HP as well. And there we go. Into the meat grinder goes EZskins. They're going to wait for this Molotov and then defuse the bomb. This will be the 6th round to Choke Gaming. And so far on the CT side, that's going to be 5 on the bounce. Not bad at all.
There we go, into round number 21, we will fall. Now starting to look a tiny bit more confident at Choke Gaming. They've entered themselves into this one. Finally, you guys at home and here in the esports stage as well are finally able to get a little glimpse as to what Choke Gaming have been showing us so far in this tournament, and long may it continue. That being said, EZskins have been pretty darn dominant so far. They'll have 5 AK-47s here to utilize in this next round. Let's see where they head. It looks like once again they're getting good control of the middle area. Are they going to get their running boots on though? It looks so. Powell misses with York.
That's pretty significant. The problem is, though, there's only one player down there from the terrace, and they can't afford to come in. Finally, do connect that shot. Great hold. Powell saw the player down to his right. I'm absolutely sure he did. If he didn't, he would have heard Rattlesnake, and that could prove to be crucial. Rattlesnake is a guy that can pull off these clutches. He's got the flashbang and a Molotov, so he can secure both sides and try and get this bomb plant. So even if they lose, this is a bomb plant that should never have happened.
He'll have to pick up the ace in the 1 versus 3 clutch. It won't happen. Denied by Ezio. And a nice clean retake there, pushing in as 1. And that's one important thing. I know it's a really simple thing, and a lot of guys won't need me to point this out. But the fact that they pushed in together there, all as a group, instead of pushing in 1 by 1, meaning that Rattlesnake would have, 3 individual gunfights, it means that they can easily pick up the trade kill if one player does go down. It's simple Counter-Strike stuff. And there you go, 14-7 it is. They are clawing their way back into this one, round by round.
And the sad thing is as well, that's what Choke severely lacked on their T side.
Yeah.
Is these avenging frags.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how you really look into that, but needless to say, that's all in the past. Let's focus on the present here. 22nd round, 14-7. And if you've just joined us, Choke have been doing a pretty solid job on CT side. In fact, I don't think they've lost a single round. Indeed, they haven't. That is 6 rounds in a row. But that goes to show you how rough their first half performance was.
Yeah, right. The fact that they've won 6 in a row and are only on 7 rounds now on the second side, as you say, shows how rough it was. Powell with the AWP, still 5 AK-47 is the name of the game for the T side of EZskins. Getting good mid control once again, and they've got control of that little area, just peeking out over towards Quad and Arch as well. But they're going to back away from that. They look like they could potentially favour over towards this B-bomb site where 2 players do hold. They've been really good at holding this B-bomb site so far. They've got plenty of grenades to work with. And one thing to note out, look at the utility for Choke Gaming. They've still got 4 incendiary grenades to burn those EZskins players down to a crisp.
The main problem is, though, they have no smokes. And Molotovs, I mean, the counter is a smoke, right? So you can just extinguish if you need to from a T's perspective. The issue is they're taking so long, they may not have the chance to do that. So here come the Molotovs. As you mentioned, they're going to have to run over this carpet of fire and get round the back as Weber. 18 seconds, the bomb carrier of Rattlesnake goes in. He's to be planting through the smoke. So cheeky from the terrace, and they're also getting frags as well. This has gone horribly, horribly wrong for Choke.
Oh dear, but Imi comes in to try and save the day. Peggy is still on top of the site, believe it or not, and he's going to look to return Rattlesnake. Now in a 2 versus 2. 2 frags in a row for the number 2 seeds. But are they going to be able to get this one? They're sitting on the defuse. Fearless is left on 7 points of health. He's just got to back away here. Peggy is already with 2 frags in the round. There's not much time left. He has got a defuse kit. Pros don't fake. Pros don't fake. He gets the defuse. And oh my gosh, what a round. 14-8. My goodness me. I almost jumped out of my seat with that one. I did jump out of my seat.
The balls on this guy.
I need a break.
How does he even move around? Jeez. As you say, though, pros don't fake. And that was an assumption that just cost another round. And those are the kind of rounds that will inspire a team. Or on the flip side, absolutely destroy their confidence. So that in itself could be worth way more than just 1 round here for Choke, as they are going to be pushing through second mid.
Let's just take a second to regather ourselves here at Insomnia 55. This is the action that we wanted in the grand finals, not a 14-1 half. And thank you very much, Choke Gaming, for now providing that fighting form.
The thing is, though, we get a chance to chill out. The players don't.
No.
They have to jump right back on the saddle, dust themselves down, and say, okay, that never happened. We're still 14-8 ahead. We still should have this map. Let's focus again.
Wouldn't it be an awesome comeback, though?
Oh, it would have been absolutely sick. 14-1 comeback would be amazing.
And again, this is the first map that we're bringing you out of a potential 4 here on the esports stage. No frags as of yet. Now Weber and the EZskins squad, just slowing things down once again. It looks like they're going to go for that B take. They were so close to winning that round last time. They're going to try and attempt it again. Max, who has been really good on this CT side, is one of the players to halt that push. No players as yet rotating. Pulse is lurking, but in comes the push, in comes the aggression, and chaos will ensue on the B-bomb site. 2-for-1 trade going in favour of EZskins, and they are going to look to get that bomb down. But look at this, Mighty Max and Powell still in that area. They've been smoked off here in coils. 8 seconds left on the clock. They're going to spray through the smoke. But it's luck if they're going to be able to do this. Too aggressive there from Max, in my opinion. And look at how low these EZskins players are, regardless. That's going to be map point for EZskins. Finally, they get around on the board on their T side.
The sad news is it's not just one map point, there's 7 of them.
Yes.
The CTs now have to fend off against them. Because of the previous round, the sensational defuse, all things considered, they still lost 4 players and now have a pretty rough buy-up, including no defuse kits and 3 FAMASs. And this is the issue I was speaking. This is the curse of the CT side. Can Choke somehow pull this back?
3 French FAMASs, the name of the game now for the counter-terrorist side, with an AWP in the hands of Powell. And finally, Fearless has got the AWP back in hands. I'm sure he has missed that so far on his T side. He's going to be the one looking to go forward, kind of playing that Kenny S role, so to speak, you know, deciding to go first and get aggressive, which we love seeing Kenny S and other AWPers do. And Fearless has been so on form with that AWP so far, it kind of doesn't surprise me that he's scouting out that area, looking over towards the B-bomb site first off. EZskins have only had success on this B-bomb site, as we've mentioned, on their T side, so they're looking to try and potentially repeat that. Peggy gets aggressive, tries to find the information. He will be punished for it, though, Weber with the entry.
Meanwhile, Pulse is just going to be lurking, picks himself up 2 frags, and that is fantastic. But the terrorists are still going onto the B side, and the CTs know this, so they're going to be trying to flank their way in. That is beautiful lurking, I've got to say, from the Ts. And that actually could have just won them the map.
Oh yeah, most certainly so. Max is going to hear that bomb goes down. He's in a really tricky spot here. They've got no grenades to work with. That being said, he does answer onto Mole. Now a 3 versus 2. They don't have a kit here though, so they've got to get running. They've got to get moving soon. And this could get nasty very, very quickly. Their map life on the line here. And let's not forget, if they lose this round, that means they've got to go for a 3-0 clean sweep to answer this one. It's all going to be left up to Powell. There's surely no time left. Rattlesnake will finish it off. And ladies and gentlemen, your number 1 seeds, EZskins, pick up technically their 2nd map in this grand final here. 2-0 the score.
A great comeback, nearly from Choke. I say nearly, still 8 rounds away, but it felt like much more than that. I think they can hold their heads high. You know, again, it's kind of playing for pride, it's playing for confidence to an extent. If you get smashed 16-1 coming off that, you're like, oh God. You know, your mentality and morale just goes down the toilet. So at least they did get some rounds. At least they proved to themselves, look, we can beat EZskins on CT side. We can put up a respectable scoreline. And that's going to give them confidence going through into overpass, which of course is their choice of map.